B&B 2020. Are you ready?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at Whilton Mill for this penultimate round of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship. My name is Chris Sora, and I'll be taking you through the afternoon's action. As you can see, looking at the paddock on the left-hand side of your screen, another big entry of riders for this penultimate round of the championship. We've got some pretty decent weather. It's fairly average for this time of year. Race number 10 in our schedule, the halfway point of the programme here, and in association with Race Fasteners, it's the Mini GP 190/70, and we'll look at how the riders line up in just a few moments' time. Rhys Stevenson should be coming back to the grid in a few moments because he was racing, of course, with the pit bikes a few moments ago. We'll have a look at the grid and how the riders line up. So Rhys Stevenson is the pole sitter. Luca Allen in second place, Tom Lewis in third from Jack Bednarek, Daniel Goodman and Luke Schofield in sixth place. Seventh for Dougie Craven, Mikey Schuker in eighth. Ted Wilkinson ninth, Zach Weston, Peter Willis and Ryan Tyers showing us no time on the grid. So Mini GP 190/70, this is a race that's been low in numbers this year, but certainly there's been plenty of action this year. And the man to beat this year has been very much Rhys Stevenson on the 1, 2, 3. He's just been out, of course, in Group A. And we'll get back onto the Mini GP bike, back onto the grid. There, I think he's actually just gone onto the track now, actually. So Rhys Stevenson just playing catch-up. He'll join the rest of the field in a few moments' time. Rhys Stevenson leads the championship on 165 points. It's Daniel Goodman second on 106. Those two really ahead of the series. Ash Barnes, who haven't seen last time out, he's third on 50 points. And Peter Hickman, who we saw at the first round of the championship, he is on 40. Of course, he's not here today, fourth in the championship. It's been a bit unfortunate with his championship commitments in terms of the BSB and whatnot. So hopefully we'll see him at the last round at Teesside. So Rhys Stevenson, very much the rider to beat in this class. And sometimes this can be a good thing, you know. It's a sprint race format, so certainly in terms of endurance, it's not so much of an issue for the riders. What it means, though, for Stevenson, he's nicely warmed up. He's just been out on the track racing. He knows where the lines are, and he's all fired up and ready to go as we wait for the green flag to drop. And away we go. Oh, Stevenson a bit aggressive on the start there, but looks like he's held on to the lead. So Rhys Stevenson leads, Luca Allen second, Tom Lewis and Daniel Goodman fourth. Here they come through the first corner up towards Christmas for the first time. And a nice start there from Rhys Stevenson. Here they come charging through Christmas corner for the first time. Nice clean start there. Everyone's through safely through Zulu for the first time. Stevenson leading, Allen second, Lewis third, Goodman fourth. Down the hill they go. Dougie Craven, Mikey Schuker, Luke Schofield and Ted Wilkinson rounding out the 8-rider field as they make their way towards Boot for the first time. And Rhys Stevenson looking neat as they make their way through around the final corner. So it's Stevenson leading, Allen second, Lewis third. Let's have a look at the lap times as they go through. It's competitive here from Rhys Stevenson, 44.28 first time out. Daniel Goodman and Dougie Craven going through as well. We'll have a run through the rest of the race order in a few moments' time. But Rhys Stevenson looking strong so far. Through Zulu for the first time, Dougie Craven and Mikey Schuker. There's Stevenson. Change of machinery, of course, for this race. Down the hill he goes. The number 30 right in there as well, 68. Also running strongly. Here they come through towards Boot once again. So Tom Lewis and Luca Allen battling for second place. Rhys Stevenson pulling away now, but looking threatening in third is Luca Allen. Here they come over the line. Rhys Stevenson again with the 42.81. Tom Lewis and Luca Allen looking good. Second and third, Daniel Goodman just a little bit further behind this battle in fourth place. And look at this up the inside though. Luke Allen has to be brave onto the brakes into Christmas corner, but well done there to Tom Lewis defending that second place. You get an idea of how late he can be on the brakes into Christmas corner on that uphill section. Here they come down the hill once again. So Luke Allen fighting hard into Christmas corner and stays in third place. Will have to try and fight again as they go through towards boot. Tom Lewis in second place. Rhys Stevenson pulling away all the time at the front. It's Tom Lewis then, still in second. Luke Allen, Daniel Goodman and Dougie Craven running up the top five. Here they come over the line. Rhys Stevenson, still the race leader, 42.42. Fastest lap of the race. Tom Lewis then, still in second. And let's see what Luke Allen can do as they make their way up the hill once again. Allen on the outside. Tom Lewis guarding the inside line into Christmas corner. Here they come down towards Zulu. Lewis has got that line sorted on this technical part of the track. Down the hill they go. Lewis Allen shadowing the back wheel here on the number 68. Still Daniel Goodman a bit further behind in fourth place. And for the second race in a row here, Rhys Stevenson is on his own at the front. All the action here for second place. Let's have a look at Allen on the 68 coming through towards the final corner. Tom Lewis riding very well here, guarding the apex, making the following rider do all the work. Through Oblivion we go, with 9 laps to go, and Lewis again just nice and quick out of the corner. Here we see this is where Allen's got to try and make a move on the inside into Christmas corner. Very late on the brakes. Oh, and they're side by side into Christmas corner. Oh, again there. Tom Lewis shuts the door on Luke Allen, and Allen had to bail out of that move. Tom Lewis defending that position hard, but Lewis Allen still there in third place. Got to regroup now and try and close back up on the second place. Rhys Stevenson leads the race by 4.5 seconds. There's Stevenson round the pit lane corner, crossing the line. Here's the battle again though for second place. Tom Lewis and Luke Allen second and third. Nothing much between those two riders now. 0.4 of a second. And Allen trying to close up as they go through Oblivion up towards Christmas corner. Not close enough for a pass here, but really late on the brakes there. Trying to close up on the braking on the second place rider, Tom Lewis. Through the technical left-hander, the right into Zulu. Very tight off-cambered right-hander. And Luke Allen looks quick down the hill, closing up slightly on Tom Lewis, but Lewis still looking neat in second place. Into the left-hander he goes. The rest of the field made up of Daniel Goodman in fourth place, Dougie Craven, Luke Schofield in sixth position on the 64, Mikey Schuker and Ted Wilkinson on the 128, rounding up the field in eighth place. But now Luke Allen is starting to close up once again on Tom Lewis for second place. Here they come up the hill once again. Allen looks brave out of the corner. Here we go into Christmas corner, but great riding there from Tom Lewis once again to guard that inside line, hold on to second place. And the rider we've almost forgot about there is the 23 of Rhys Stevenson, running his own race at the front, 6.2 seconds at the front. Tom Lewis then, second place, number 30. Into boot once again, still with the 68 of Luke Allen. Losing a little bit of ground into boot, but starting to close once again, and Allen just aggressively on the power there, nice and quick into the pit lane corner, 5 laps to go. And again, Luke Allen closing up on the second place, Tom Lewis. Fastest lap of the race for Tom Lewis at least, 43.09. Here they come up to Christmas corner. Let's see what Allen can do. Down the inside once again, but no, Tom Lewis has got the line and makes that second place stick. There we see second and third all on their own at the moment. Rhys Stevenson cleared away at the front, but Tom Lewis and Luke Allen battling still second and third. Daniel Goodman still in fourth on the 157. Dougie Craven, Luke Schofield, Ted Wilkinson, Mikey Schuker has just gone through in eighth place. Rhys Stevenson just crossing the line in the lead. Oh, was down the inside again there. Luke Allen having a look at Tom Lewis. Here they come through into Oblivion once again. 5 laps to go. Up the hill they go towards Christmas corner. Tom Lewis knows this is where Luke Allen is strong. Again down the inside. They're side by side through Christmas corner. But Tom Lewis has got the inside line onto the left-hander and holds on to that second place. Luke Allen still in third. Down the hill they go. So Rhys Stevenson leading. Still Tom Lewis after this onslaught here from Luke Allen for third place. Allen again having a peek down the inside into boot. Daniel Goodman still in fourth. Dougie Craven, Luke Schofield, Ted Wilkinson and Mikey Schuker rounding out the field. All of the attention here is on this battle for second place, so it's very close into Oblivion once again. Allen again now trying the outside into Oblivion. Here we go up towards Christmas corner once again. Tom Lewis, number 30, holding on to the second place, guarding the inside line and making Luca Allen go wide this time to Christmas corner, blocking the apex to prevent the switchback here from Allen. Let's follow my leader down the hill through Zulu. Both riders using all of the curve as much as they can, making that part of the track as wide as possible. Down to boot once again as down the inside goes Luca Allen. Can't find a way through. Here we go into the double apex, right-hander through boot into the final corner. Rhys Stevenson has taken 3 laps to go now. Leads the race by 8.4 seconds, but an enthralling battle for second place here with Luca Allen. Can't find a way past Tom Lewis for second place. They make their way up the hill to Christmas corner. Lewis and Allen into the slipstream. Down the inside goes for the block pass, and this time Luca Allen has made the pass stick, goes through to second place, and that was a classic block pass there from Luca Allen. Took the apex away from Tom Lewis and pretty much pushing Lewis wide. And look at that, getting the power down into the back straight into boot. Very much a classic block pass there. We saw Allen running wide out of Christmas corner, blocking the line there for Tom Lewis. It's an aggressive move, it's perfectly fair. And what it does is prevent Lewis from getting repassed at the top of Christmas corner. But we look at the 23 of Rhys Stevenson here. Into the right-hander, race leader, down the hill, looking for 2 consecutive race wins here in 2 races at British Mini Bikes. Stevenson looking good, leads the race by 9.6 seconds, and Luca Allen trying to shake Tom Lewis away now, but Tom Lewis certainly not giving up in 3rd place. Very well poised as Stevenson goes round the final corner. 1 lap to go for the 23 of Rhys Stevenson, and I think will lead the race by over 10 seconds now. It's just lapped the number 128 of Ted Wilkinson. Wilkinson currently in 7th place, but here's Rhys Stevenson nice and neat through Christmas corner for the final time. As we say, of course, looking for 2 consecutive race victories. 1 last time out in the Pit Bikes 140 Group A. And looks at the moment to be repeating that going into this final lap here of Mini GP 190.70. Here he comes into the final corner now through boot for the last time. Rhys Stevenson, 23, he's had a faultless race. Here he comes round the final corner, and Rhys Stevenson will take the checkered flag. Good news there for Luke Schofield and Dougie Craven. They stay on the lead lap. Who is it going to be, though, in that battle of a second place? It looks like Luca Allen has just about done enough as Wilkinson crossed the lines in 2nd place. Luca Allen then in 2nd place, Tom Lewis in 3rd. After that brave fight for most of the race, Lewis has to settle the 3rd. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Goodman in 4th from Luke Schofield and Dougie Craven. Mikey Shuka rounding up the field. So that's the end of the first block of races. We move through to our second block of racing for the day, just a few moments. So as the light starts to fade here at Whilton Mill, the floodlights are now on. This is, of course, where we've got the Zulu track. It's all floodlit in its entirety. And the meeting's run very well so far today. Let's hope we have a good final race as well. It's the Race Fasteners Mini GP 190 and 70. We'll see how they line up. Rhys Stevenson, who just won the previous race, he will line up at the front of the field from Luca Allen, Tom Lewis, Jack Bednarek, Daniel Goodman and Luke Schofield in 6th place. 7th for Dougie Craven, 8th Mikey Shuka, Ted Wilkinson and Zach Weston, Peter Willis, Ryan Tyers showing us no time. I believe they will not be part of the grid, so a bit of an anomaly there, but don't worry about it too much because they're taking their place on the track now. 157 Daniel Goodman leads them out as we very shortly, of course, will bid farewell to Whilton Mill for the final time in 2020. It's been a good venue, I would say. We had 2 very good championship rounds here a bit earlier in August on the full international layout here. Today the more technical Zulu layout, perhaps better suited for winter racing, perhaps with the full floodlights in place. Don't forget, of course, that the final round of Rich Energy British Mini Bikes will be taking place in 2 weeks' time at Teesside. Follow all the information for the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship on the Facebook and Instagram social media pages. All the racing covered here on Alpha Live on both the Facebook and the YouTube channels. There we've just seen shot. There's Rhys Stevenson straight onto his second bike and out onto the track to catch up with the rest of the field. Just a quick announcement for the Super Minis for Joe Dickinson, Ryan Tyers And Richard Holmes Williams, can you make your way to the Rich Energy hospitality area to collect your podium trophies? Here we go then for our final race of the day, and in terms of the championship, of course, it's going to be very important for Daniel Goodman here to get a good result. It's still finely poised going into the final round of the championship at Teesside. That looks like Stevenson taking his place at the front of the field. One more race to go then. Race Fasteners Mini GP 190 is about to get underway. Here they go. Good start from Stevenson down the inside from Luca Allen, Tom Lewis, Daniel Goodman and Luke Schofield rounding things out. Just a shout out before the riders make their way to the top corner for the stock 140s for, well, we can't say Reece Stevenson just yet because he's too busy leading the race at the moment, but Ben Lord and Jim Lovell. That's Ben Lord and Jim Lovell. Can you make your way to collect your trophies from stock 140? We would say Reece Stevenson, of course, but he's otherwise occupied at the moment. So 5 riders in this race and a good clear start here so far. Reece Stevenson leads. Another good battle in prospect here, you would say, between Luca Allen and Tom Lewis, second and third. They had a great scrap in the first race. Not such a good start for Daniel Goodman in fourth, but he's still right in there. Luke Schofield in fifth position as they make their way through. Just in terms of the championship, Reece Stevenson, the race leader, very much the rider to beat in this class, and well, I don't think he'll have done quite enough to take the title in this race. I think it will go through to Teesside in 2 weeks' time. I think Daniel Goodman, provided he finishes, of course, he should get enough points to keep Reece Stevenson in check, but well, it's certainly going Reece Stevenson's way at the moment. He was 165 points going into this round and looking on for a double here today, but as you say, Daniel Goodman has been consistent all the way through the year. He's still there in fourth place in this race, so should get enough points to keep on with Reece Stevenson. At the moment, though, we'll look at this race and the battle here again between Luca Allen and Tom Lewis, as Lewis looks down the inside, can't find a way through. Holds on to that third position and looking good. Still there, Lewis finally got through into second place. Let's see if Allen can fight back as they make their way through Boot once again. And the final corner, Tom Lewis then clear in second place, but he can't shake off Luca Allen in third. Here they, oh, Allen has a look down the inside into oblivion. You can see the exhaustion firing there on the machine number 30, Tom Lewis. Up towards the top corner, and again Allen down the inside into Christmas corner. No, Lewis has got the outside sweep into that corner, holds into second position. Into Zulu they go once again. It's been a good day so far weather-wise. It's been it has been quite dark and overcast, but it has been steady. It's been quite cool, but I wonder if the track temperature will drop here as we head towards as the daylight goes, and the temperatures will be dropping now in these later races. Whether that will play a part for the riders, I don't know. We can see actually looking at, I think he had that visor on earlier to be fair though, but the 68 of Luca Allen, you can see he's wearing a yellow tinted visor, which might perhaps help him in some of the darker conditions. And Stevenson charging away at the front. He does seem to like those iridium goggles, and sometimes might not be so good when it's lower light, but he seems to be coping with them well. Stevenson, your race leader, again very aggressive over the curbs going through Zulu, standing up on the bike, motocross style almost there. Letting the suspension do all the work. Stevenson leads the race by 5.5 seconds as Allen has a look down the inside on Lewis. Oh, he tried again, but again Tom Lewis had the sweep into the corner. And Lewis certainly knows that Allen's there, so the 5 riders in this race, it's Reece Stevenson leads, the battle of a second just going through now. Tom Lewis and Luca Allen. Daniel Goodman second in the championship, he's in fourth place on the 157, and Luke Schofield rounds out the field as, oh, round the outside there, trying to get through was Luca Allen. Lewis has the line into Christmas corner. This is a very close battle indeed. Into Zulu they go, this really tight right-hander. Down the hill they go, again aggressive over the curbs, using all of the track as they make their way into Boot. Stevenson cleared away at the front. But we concentrate on this battle between Tom Lewis and Luca Allen. Luca Allen, they're trying to get down the inside of Lewis into the final corner. Oh, was squeezing on the outside. This is a very close battle indeed. It really is nip and tuck, you would say. Lewis looked faster early in the race. We can't find a way through past Allen, who again tries the outside sweep, switches to the outside into Christmas corner. Can't find a way through at the moment. And still Lewis holds on to that second place. Stevenson still clear away at the front of this one. 6 laps to go in this final race of the day. And Lewis, there he goes, in towards boot once again. Still with Allen right on his tail in third. Daniel Goodman and Luke Schofield rounding out the field a little bit further behind in this 5-rider field, but still plenty of action. Stevenson looking again for his second race win on the trot, you would say, and he's lapping very well actually. Reece Stevenson, the race leader, lapping in the 42s. Fastest lap of the race is 42.22, and he just went round in a 42.47. So he's maintaining a nice pace at the front. Tom Lewis and Luca Allen going down to Zulu now. Second and third place, all very close indeed. Tries to find a way through, and not too much of a gap between Daniel Goodman and Luke Schofield, a bit further behind as they make their way up towards Christmas corner. There's Goodman actually, there's the 57, currently in 4th place going through Zulu. About 10 seconds behind the battle here for second place, and there we get an idea of where they are on the track. There is Goodman, and he's about 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Luke Schofield, who rounds out the field. And still we look at Allen. Both these riders had setting their own personal best last time round, as Allen has a look down the inside. No, he can't find a way through. This is the thing, it's a Christmas corner, with it being an uphill. The camber works in the rider's favour there, so it is possible if you're on the outside to sweep on, even if you lose the corner. As we just saw Tom Lewis there, he almost lost the corner to Allen, but he had the speed on the outside to squeeze the door shut on right on the apex almost. Quite a interesting part of the track there, Christmas corner, that top of the hill is. We look again at that battle for second. Reece Stevenson all on his own at the front, still lapping in the 42-second region. So Stevenson, this is a really good race actually from the race leader as he maintains that pace. Again we look at Luca Allen down the inside. Oh, as we cut to Schofield momentarily around the final corner. There he goes, number 64, trying to close up on Goodman. Oh, and it looks like Allen has taken second place. So eventually the pressure pays off for Luca Allen. He's gone through to second and immediately pulls away from Lewis. Now let's see if Tom Lewis can fight back. He has a look over the shoulder. He knows he's got the track to himself. Down the hill goes Daniel Goodman from Luke Schofield in 5th place. So 2 laps to go as Reece Stevenson goes through. Again, to re-emphasise the point, Reece Stevenson running very well here as we look at the 64 of Luke Schofield running up the field, and he's doing quite well as well actually. He's not too far behind Daniel Goodman. There's Goodman, second in the championship, and I think this will be enough to keep him in championship contention going into the final round of Teesside. Luke Schofield, in fairness, you know, 27 seconds covering these top 5 riders. It's a decent pace out there. No one really dropping out of contention. There's Goodman, the second place rider on the 157, looking neat as he makes his way in towards the top corner. Christmas corner, down the hill they go towards Zulu, and making his way back towards the finish line area. Oh, and whatever's happened to Tom Lewis here, he didn't seem too happy. 1 lap to go. Reece Stevenson goes through again, still lapping well in those 42-second regions. Luca Allen really has dropped the hammer in second place, 42.79, and his best lap of the race, 10.4 seconds adrift of Reece Stevenson. There we see the 64 of Luke Schofield. So everyone's on the last lap now. Daniel Goodman, and there's the what you say is the rider of the race so far in terms of action, Luca Allen. But we look again at the man of today, Reece Stevenson. It's been a great day for him. The 23 wins another race, 4 race wins today. And Reece Stevenson takes the final race of the day here at Whilton Mill. We look again at the 64 of Luke Schofield. Great ride from Luca Allen to take second place. A little bit disappointed there for Tom Lewis, but nonetheless he was great entertainment in that battle for that second place. Tom Lewis takes third, and Daniel Goodman should be coming around the final corner any moment now. There he is. Goodman will take 4th position on the 57, keeps himself in the title race, and running at the field, Luke Schofield, but very well done there. Only 33 seconds covering those 5 riders. It was a very closely fought race.